Well, good evening to everyone watching at home as we are live at the Jack Manley Wellness and Athletic Center here at the Catonsville campus of the Community College of Baltimore County for men's basketball action as the visiting Owls from Prince George's Community College take on the CCBC Catonsville Cardinals. Hello, everyone. This is Isaac Donsky once again. And this contest today is a must-win situation here for Catonsville. Cardinals are 2-6 on the season, 0-1 in their division at near the bottom of Region 20 standings. It's been a difficult season for Catonsville. They've had plenty of close-fought games, but just haven't been able to finish. Their last game out, an 85-75 loss to the College of Southern Maryland, a frustrating loss at that. Leading the way for the Cardinals, some key players to keep an eye on for tonight's game. Two players in particular, Christopher Johnson, but we just call him CJ, averaging 15 points a game, 8.2 rebounds per game. Also keep your eyes peeled for Keith Bullock Jr., averaging 3.4 assists per game, 2.3 steals per game. Meanwhile, the Owls of Prince George's Community College come into today's game around the middle of Region 20 standings. A 3-2 record on the season, 2-1 in their division. Their last game out was an impressive 102-72 victory over Anne Arundel Community College. Team leaders for the Owls, Deontay Cook averaging 14.6 points per game. Two players tied for assists, Deontay Dunlap and Savion Jackson, both averaging 2.8 assists per game. Rebounds, Alonzo Wilkes leads the team with 7.8 rebounds per game. Savion Jackson leads the team with 1.4 steals per game. The coaches for tonight's games, for the Cardinals, Great White, and for the Owls, William West. And we do have the starters available, so I'll go ahead and give them to you. For Prince George's County, we start with them. Their starters are as follows. Sophomore guard number 3, Deontay Dunlap from Baltimore, graduate of Milford Mill Academy. Sophomore guard number 4, Kenante Williams from Hyattsville, Maryland, graduate of the Rock Creek Christian Academy. Freshman guard number 5, Savion Jackson from Landover, Maryland, graduate of Kipp College Prep. Freshman forward number 13, Anthony Perry from Bowie, Maryland, graduate of DeMatha High School. And freshman forward number 22, Alonzo Wilkes from Pasadena, Maryland, graduate of Chesapeake High School. Meanwhile, for CCBC, the starters are as follows. Freshman guard number 0, Christopher C.J. Johnson from St. George's High School. Freshman guard number 1, Keith Bullock Jr. from Cardozo High School. Freshman guard number 2, Damian Hopkins from Oakland Mills High School. Sophomore guard number 3, Joaquin Gonzalez from McKinley Tech. And freshman small forward number 15, Austin Smith from Randallstown High School. We'll be back in 1 minute with the start of today's game, as well as the player introductions by the voice of the Cardinals, Mr. Richard Keller. here we go, folks. Catonsville wearing all white tonight. Red numbers and black trim. Owls donning navy blue jerseys with light grayish blue numbers and trim. Stark contrast to the women's team, which played, just wrapped up their game about 15 minutes ago, who wore light blue jerseys with navy numbers. If you didn't catch that game, folks, a thrilling finish. Top two teams in Region 20 women's standings facing off. Prince George's County took a 58-55 victory when a last-second three-point attempt by the Cardinals failed to go in. Austin Smith will go to the line for the Cardinals for the tip-off. Up there with him will be Alonzo Wilkes. As we're about to get underway for the second half of this doubleheader. Smith, Wilkes. PG County will win the tip-off, and we're underway. Cardinals hoping to get win number 3 on the year and try and salvage what has been a difficult start to the season. Here's a three-point attempt by Perry that is missed wide and will safely roll out of bounds. On the floor for the Cardinals, as mentioned, CJ, Christopher Johnson, Joaquin Gonzalez, who rarely misses, Damian Hopkins, his partner in crime, Keith Bullock Jr., and Austin Smith, the master of blocking. Bullock will go to CJ. CJ fights to the basket, no good. Rebound scooped up by Wilkes. This is Kenante Williams. And a foul is going to be called there as Savion Jackson went to the ground. Jackson will inbound. And it's going to be deep for Deonta Dunlap. Dunlap puts up a three. No good. Rebound scooped up by Hopkins. Hopkins flips out to Bullock. Bullock puts up a shot. No good. Rebound is Hopkins. And one. Hopkins fights for it and finishes. Catonsville spots the early lead. Foul was on Anthony Perry, the freshman forward from DeMatha High School. Hopkins will go to the line, shooting one. Little shaky pass, shaky shot. No matter, goes in. 3-0 lead for Catonsville as we're a minute into this game. Crucial game for the Cardinals as they face a lengthy road stretch ahead, hoping to get a win at home for the first time in a couple of games. Wilkes loses control, and I think he's going to be called for a foul. Yes, that's a charge as down went Hopkins. Alonzo Wilkes, one of the better defensive players for the Owls, averaging 7.8 rebounds per game. The first time this year we have a crowd here in the arena. Not major. Of course, the PG County women's team sitting with the men's team on the bench. We also got a couple CCBC students up here in the rafters. Members of our athletic interns watching. It's the first time we've had a legit crowd this year. We're hoping to have more crowds once January comes around. Quick foul there was called against Catonsville. Owls will take over. This is Jackson, defended by Hopkins. And he loses control, ball knocked out of bounds, but possession will stick with the Owls. Hopkins got a hand on it before it went out. Knocked out of bounds by Austin Smith. That ball came a little too close for comfort to our broadcast booth. It's not really a booth, folks. It's actually just a table on the other side of the court with the camera positioned on one end and me on the other. The ref lost control of the ball there. Inbounds pass goes to Williams. Back underway. And Williams loses control, but a foul No foul. Ball was knocked out of bounds. Possession will go to the Cardinals. A great defensive stop there by Damian Hopkins. CJ puts up a shot, got it. CJ, Christopher Johnson puts up 2 points. We're up 5-0, Catonsville. Jackson flips it out to Williams to respond. No good. Rebound Hopkins. It's a hot start here for the Cardinals. Hopkins. Got it. Not even a contest on that shot by Damian Hopkins. 7-0. Williams drives, smacked down by Austin Smith, but a foul called. Foul was against Williams, so Kinante Williams, foul was against Austin Smith, so Kinante Williams will go to the line shooting 2. First one nailed. Williams misses his second, so it's 7-1 as the Cardinals sport a 6-point lead. Bullock directing traffic, looking for an opening. He finds CJ. CJ puts up a shot, no good. Smith can't get the rebound, and instead it goes to the Owls. At least it did go to the Owls. Bullock knocked it out of Jackson's hands. Possession will stick with the Owls, but a good stop there by Catonsville. It's Coach White barking out orders on the sideline. Inbound pass to Dunlap. Nails the 3, and it's a 3-point game. That's a steal, but it went out of bounds. Possession will stick with the Cardinals. Williams got in front of it, got the steal, but couldn't complete. Hopkins tried to find Johnson, but it was kicked out of bounds. Possession will go to the Owls. Not sure what was going on there. Williams tried a little trick pass. Keith Bullock was not fooled. Steals it away. Bullock goes to Johnson, and a foul is going to be called here against Jackson. "16 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the first half. Bullock inbounds it to Hopkins. Hopkins puts up a shot, and that's going to be a foul called against the Owls. Bullock went up and drew the foul. Hopkins will shoot 2. No luck on the first. Try for the second. Got it. 4-point lead for Catonsville. Gonzalez tried to throw a pick there. No luck. Perry with the ball. Flips it to Wilkes. Wilkes blocked by Smith and a foul. Smith can't catch a break, it seems. That's the second block he's had that's been ruled a foul. Excuse me, the foul actually was on Christopher Johnson. Well, how about that? Wilkes to the line, shooting 2. Wilkes misses the first. No luck on the second either. Stolen away by Perry. Perry can't finish. Another try by Perry. Great defensive stop, and CJ gets the rebound. Hairy moment there for the Cardinals. Hopkins out to Bullock. Bullock to Gonzalez from 3. No good. Gonzalez responds with a block, but it's not quick enough. That shot's good, and there will be a foul. There was a foul there on Gonzalez. Into the game now for the Cardinals to replace Gonzalez comes freshman point guard number 5, Kyrie Banks from Surrattsville High School. And immediately gets a rebound. That's a quick foul called there, and that is going to be against, looks like, I believe either Dunlap or Perry. They got a little slap happy there with Kyrie Banks. Speedy Kyrie Banks now will inbound to Hopkins. Hopkins flips that to Banks from 3. No good. Rebound Perry. And that's going to be a travel called against Wilkes. Catonsville will get the turnover as chance of defense rained down from the PG County bench. And defense may have had, I don't know if defense was there or it was just a bad pass, but Banks passes it out of bounds, intended for Hopkins. Jackson. Jackson tried to find Perry, was kicked out of bounds by Johnson. Inbounds pass tipped. Cardinals get the takeaway. It was, or do they? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Johnson couldn't handle it for a second there, but Hopkins was there to wrap it up. Here's Banks driving towards the basket, and a foul, quick foul going to be called there. As a sudden massive, looks like PG County's about to overturn their entire lineup. Yeah, they got an entire different lineup coming in. Into the game now comes number 0, Deontay Cook, number 32, Rashid Dupree, number 1, Antonio Marr, number 11, Reed Rebstock, and number 21, Andreas Mouton. Also into the game for Catonsville comes big Trayshawn Warren, number 32. So an interesting strategy here by PG County as Warren gets fouled going to the basket. As PG County changes their entire lineup. Don't think I've ever seen that happen before, as Warren will go to the line shooting 2. Quick notes on the new starters coming in for the Owls. Freshman guard number 0, Deontay Cook from Seat Pleasant, Maryland. Sophomore guard number 1, Antonio Marr from Washington, D.C. Freshman guard number 11, Reed Rebstock from Pasadena, Maryland. Freshman forward number 21, Andreas Mouton from Occoquan, Maryland. and freshman guard number 32, Rashid Dupree from Oxon Hill, Maryland. So an entirely new lineup for the Owls. Only one major change for Catonsville. Trayshawn Warren enters the game, and he's going to nail that one to make it a 3-point game with 15 minutes to go here in the first half. This is Dupree, smallest player on the roster for the Owls. He goes out to Rebstock. Quick passing here. Cook got it. Drains a three and ties it up. Catonsville looking to respond as their lead is evaporated. CJ loses control of the ball, and I believe ball was knocked out of bounds, so possession should go to the Cardinals. CJ fouled on his way to the basket. Andreas Mooten, the foul was on him. CJ nails his first. I'll give Catonsville the lead back, 10-9. Ball fell out of bounds there. Possession will go back to the Cardinals as they lead 11-9. CJ nailing both of his free throws. Cook drives to the basket, or does he? Stolen away by CJ. CJ with the finish. The swish and the finish by CJ. He took a little tumble into the tower, but he's okay. That's going to be a foul, I believe, against Mooten. CJ will go to the line, shooting one. Into the game now for PG County. Freshman forward number 44, Caleb Wilson from McEwen, Tennessee. The only player on the roster for the Owls not from Maryland or the district. Wilson will get his first touch here. Went to Rebstock, and a foul called as Rebstock. Trayshawn Warren, the foul called on Trayshawn Warren. Rebstock will go to the line shooting two. So far this game has been essentially a back and forth of free throws. Both teams committing plenty of penalties. Rebstock, graduate of Chesapeake, Maryland, to the line shooting two. He's going to nail the first to make it a 6-point game. Gets the second, and it's a 5-point game. 16-11, 16-11. Catonsville trying to respond. No foul called there as Warren to the basket and puts it in. Big Trayshawn Warren, someone his size, you just cannot stop him in the paint. Deep three attempt there by Marr, no good. Rebound, Banks. Little nifty there. Banks lost control of it, but regains control. And he's going to get fouled there by Rebstock, I believe. Into the game for the Owls now comes number 22. Alonzo Wilkes, as he replaces Antonio Marr. Banks from the corner. No good. Warren tries to get the rebound, knocked out of bounds. But possession will go to the Cardinals as Wilson was the last to touch it. Bullock will inbound. He goes to Banks. Banks to Bullock, to Johnson. Johnson back to Banks. Banks back to Bullock. Bullock drives back to Banks for three. No good. Warren with the rebound, and a foul called against Warren. Warren exits the game now as in comes Austin Smith. Caleb Wilson will go to the line to shoot two. Both teams have already committed a combined 16 fouls. Wilson knocks down the first to make it a 6-point game. No luck on number two, though. And the Cardinals once again drive down the court. Hopkins. Boxed into a corner by Wilson. Swats away at him. Passes out to Johnson, out to Bullock. Bullock barks out orders to set up a play. Johnson. 5 seconds on the shot clock. No good. And a foul is going to be called there. Looks like that was going to be on Hopkins. Wilson will go to the line, shooting two. 1-1. No luck on the, no luck. Ball was knocked out of bounds. Possession will stick with the Owls. Catonsville up 18-12 with 12 minutes, 31 seconds to go in the first half. It would have been a sloppy, foul-filled first half, but still plenty exciting. Here's Cook with a three. Knocked it down. That'll make it a 3-point game. Catonsville got into a situation like this earlier in the half where they had a big lead extinguished, but they quickly extended the lead once again. Here is Johnson, who's coming off his first double-double of the season last week as, Bullock almost lost control of the ball there. Hopkins puts up a floater, no good. Johnson rips it away. And he'll be called for a travel. As substitutions now coming into the game for the Owls, number 30, Jahari Simon, the freshman guard from Greenbelt, Maryland. For Catonsville, number 11, freshman guard Jalen Yates from Baltimore City College High School. Dupree charges the basket, but no luck. Rebound, Johnson. Oh no. As Kyrie Banks just went down. Went down hard, clutching his left leg. He's going to limp off the court here. Didn't see what happened there. Banks limped off the court. He's currently being attended to by the athletic staff. He's kind of writhing on the ground in pain. We wish him the best. Joaquin Gonzalez back into the game. Yates knocks it down. Jalen Yates, one of the best three-point shooters on the Cardinals roster. That was Cook from the corner, no good. Rebound, Bullock. Bullock charges the basket. That might have been goaltending. Nope. A nice block there by Alonzo Wilkes, and the turnover goes to the Owls. 23-15 the score. Quick shot there, no good by Cook. Stolen away by Dupree. Dupree's going to score, and a foul's going to be called as well. Into the game now for the Cardinals comes Austin Smith. Into the game for the Owls come Keontae Williams, Anthony Perry, and Deonta Dunlap. Rashid Dupree at the line, shooting one. Knocks it down, so the score is 23-18 with 10 minutes, 46 seconds to go here in the first half. Gonzalez looking for Yates, stolen away by Perry. Yates comes in to try and steal it away, but he got a little too physical there. That's a foul called against Smith. Cardinals are over the limit with 10 fouls. This first half has been a foul fest. Rashid Dupree will shoot two at the line. Dupree will make both. It's a three-point game, 23-20. As a deep pass for Yates goes out of bounds. And a timeout called by the Cardinals, and one they definitely needed. The score, 23-20. This will be a 30-second timeout. So far, folks, this game has been dominated by fouls. Total of 19 in the first half. 10 committed by Catonsville, 9 by PG County. So you can expect that we're going to be seeing a lot of free throws the rest of this first half. No update yet on Kyrie Banks. Hopefully he's okay after what looked like a scary leg injury there for him. As the inbounds pass goes to Dupree, we're back underway with 10.5 minutes to go in the first half. The score, 23-20 Catonsville. Hard to believe they're holding that lead with how ugly they've been playing. No offense to the Catonsville players. Dupree puts up a shot with 5 seconds on the shot clock, no good. Hopkins gets the rebound. Hopkins finds Yates in the corner. Oh! Jalen Yates nails his second three of the game, and that was a tough shot too. He was heavily covered by Deonte Cook. Speaking of Cook, here he is from the three. No good. And a quick foul is going to be called there, I believe. I believe that was on Anthony Perry, number 13. And I should mention now, seeing what might be his very first appearance of the season for Catonsville is freshman guard number 4, Thurman Gladden from Green Street Academy. We have yet to see him play this year, and here he is at the line. Misses his first free throw. on the floor for Catonsville, along with Gladden, who I'm fairly certain this is his very first appearance, is Yates, Smith, Hopkins, and Bullock as good news, folks. Well, 2 pieces of good news. Gladden just made a shot, just made his second free throw. And Kyrie Banks has returned to the bench, looking okay. He's got his knee taped up. He's ready to go. That's going to be a kicked ball. Possession will stick with the Owls. I mentioned earlier, Thurman Gladden have not seen him much this season at all. In fact, if I'm fairly certain, he did play 26 minutes in the season opener against Harcum College. Other than that, not much. Wilkes with the jumper, knocks it down. So it's 27-22 with 9.5 minutes to go. Here is Gladden, drives to the basket, puts up a floater, and a charge is going to be called as Kyrie Banks is about to re-enter the game. That's a good sign. Excellent to see after he was rolling around in pain there. He's got a little brace on his knee. Still limping a little bit. He replaces Gladden. Good to see Thurman Gladden getting some action. He, Zakeen St. Jean, and Nick Moore, they're the 3 bench warmers who don't get a lot of action, but when they do show up, they often tend to impress. Dunlap. Trying to fight past Bullock, puts up a 3. Nope, feints a 3, now puts up a jumper, steps up, no good. Wilkes with the rebound and knocks it down. And that'll make it a 3-point game, 27-24. Hopkins, double teamed. Finds Yates. Yates briefly loses control, goes to Bullock. Bullock under pressure, a sudden stingy defense from the Owls here. Bullock, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Nifty shot there, didn't go in. Owls take over. Wilkes with the shot, no good. Rebound, Yates. Now Hopkins. Under attack, goes to Smith, and a foul is going to be called against Catonsville. That's a charge. Second straight charge. Dupree. Pass out to Cook in the corner. No good. And if you caught that over the mic, we apologize for that language from Deontay Cook. I'm sure all of us, after missing a 3 like that, probably would have the same thing to say. With 7 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the first half, Bullock finds Hopkins. Hopkins will go over to Banks, back to Bullock. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Bullock puts up a shot, no good. It went in the basket and then popped right out, as if the basketball gods had a string connected to it and pulled it out saying, no, not yet. What a block by Jalen Yates. Oh my goodness. Austin Smith, bam, will finish with the grown man slam from Austin Smith. Jalen Yates had that monstrous block to set that up, and now a charge is going to be called against the Owls. Catonsville gets a big break up 29-24. That all started with a massive block by Jalen Yates. Austin Smith picked it up, jammed it in, and then the charge called as Antonio Mars entered the game for the Owls. Oh, the crowd loved that one. Banks sizing up his opponent. Goes out to Hopkins. Hopkins is going to get called for traveling. (29-24) the score with 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Wilkes to Marr. Marr puts up a shot, got it. That's a tough shot, I'll give him props. Kyrie Banks was playing very tough there. Here's Hopkins. Risky pass to Banks from 3. No good. Smith trying to get the rebound. No good there. Rebound instead goes to Kenante Williams. Dunlap with the bit of a Euro step, and he makes it a 1-point game, 29-28. 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. Smith to Yates. And one for Jalen Yates. That foul is going to be on Deonta Dunlap. He's grabbing his arm. Yates to the line, shooting one. No good. Rebound picked up by the Owls. There's going to be a foul called there on the Owls. Catonsville will take over. Banks inbounds it to Hopkins. We're back underway. 6 minutes to go here in the first half, which has been dominated by fouls and a little bit of sloppy play, as seen right there as both teams exchanged steals. Yates from three, no good there. That's his first miss. Smith steals it away. Yates picks it up. Banks. Bullock can't finish, but he's going to the line to shoot for two. Keith Bullock Jr. to the line, shooting two. Bullock will sink his second. 33-28 the score. Both teams over the foul limit. From the corner is Simon, no good. Rebound picked up by Marr. Blocked by Smith and a foul. Austin Smith cannot catch a break on those blocks. He's made three great ones so far in this first half, but all have been called for fouls, as big Trayshawn Warren gets ready to re-enter the game for the Cardinals. Warren, of course, the 6'8", 265-pound freshman forward from Newtown High School. One of the most physical players I have probably ever seen. And he just towers over the rest of his competition out there. He'll replace Austin Smith. Marr missed the first as the buzzer on the shot clock kind of overstayed its welcome there. Marr shooting a second. That knocks that one down, so it's 33-29, and timeout called by Prince George's County. Back underway with 5 minutes, 22 seconds to go in the first half of today's contest. The score 33-29 in favor of the Cardinals. It's been a bit of a sloppy first half for both teams, but Catonsville has held on thanks to some impressive performances from some of its bench players. One of them being Jalen Yates, who puts up a three, no good there. Yates trying to get his own rebound, but Antonio Marr is there before he can is there instead. Marr passes out to Kenneth Riley, who's making his first appearance for the Owls. Riley, the 6'1" freshman guard from Washington, D.C. Marr for three. Knocks it down, and it's a one-point game once again. Catonsville has yet to trail in this game. They've been tied a couple of times, but they have not trailed. Risky pass by Banks to Bullock, double-teamed, and a foul is going to be called on Marr. That'll send Bullock to the line to shoot two. That right there, folks, is exactly why Catonsville hasn't trailed yet. Every time it looks like that the Owls have a chance to take the lead, a foul is made, a mistake is made, a foul is called, and the Catonsville player gets sent to the line to bank in some free throws. Here's Bullock trying to cash in his check. No luck there. The ATM refused his card. Bullock will try a second time. This time he's true. A 2-point lead for the Cardinals, 34-32. With 4 minutes, 42 seconds to go here in the first half. Here is a three attempt by Simon, no good. Marr with the rebound and puts up a shot to nobody as it's stolen out of midair by Hopkins. Hopkins drives to the basket. Nope, he flips it out to Banks, flips it out to Yates. Yates steps back, directs traffic, goes to Banks. 18 seconds on the shot clock. That ball stolen away by Cook. And Hopkins is there to steal it away. He hands it off to Warren, and Warren's going to get called for a travel. Too many steps for Warren. Well, that's a shame. Cook barks out orders. No shot there. A foul was called on Kyrie Banks. Two shots for Jahari Simon. Jalen Yates just got in a quick change of jersey here. I think he might have torn one. Yates with the fresh jersey. Simon shooting two, makes his first. Well, makes it a 1-point game, 34-33. Second good as well. It's a tied game, 34-34. Catonsville looking for a response. Banks flips it to Yates. Yates has it knocked out of bounds. Possession will stick with the Cardinals. Banks will inbound it to CJ. Yates passes to Warren. Warren back to Yates. Yates to Banks, Banks to Hopkins. Hopkins feints a three, 10 seconds left on the shot clock. CJ with the contested shot, no good. Rebound picked up by Wilkes. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the first half. Shot there by Riley, he knocks it down, and for the first time all evening, Catonsville trails. 3-point deficit for the Cardinals, 37-34, as Kenneth Riley sinks that three. Hopkins drives to the basket, and he'll get fouled. No, jump ball. Possession will stick with the Cardinals. .36. That's going to be a quick foul called there as Cook was driving to the basket. I think they're going to give it to Kyrie Banks. Yep. 2 shots for Deontay Cook. Quick note here, that is combined the 29th foul of this first half. I cannot recall a single half of basketball that I have covered in the last couple of months that has had that many fouls probably in the entire game. Cook banks in both of those, so it's a 3-point game. A nice shot by Yates probably. Someone else could, as that is going to be a foul somehow called against Kyrie Banks for a charge. I don't get it. Jari Simon kind of just stopped and Banks ran into him. What was he supposed to do? Cook barks out orders. Marr puts it in, 41-36. And after being held in check throughout most of the first half, the Owls are forging a little lead here. Here's Gonzalez. Deep shot to Yates. Yates loses control. Tips the ball back out, and it's knocked instead. Ball was knocked to the hands of the Owls, and instead the Owls best passed it out of bounds. Gonzalez inbounds it to Hopkins. Hopkins briefly loses control. Bullock is there to pick it up. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Bullock puts up a shot. No good. Rebound Wilkes. Quick floater there by Cook, and he gets it in as the Owls begin to extend their lead, up 43-36. A nice 8. Warren. Had to get aggressive there and a foul called. It's a 7-point lead for the Owls. 43-36. Warren will go to the line shooting 2. No luck on the second one for Warren. It remains 43-36. Caleb Wilson into the game for the Owls with the ball. Goes to Cook. Cook out to Riley. Riley loses control. The ball knocked out of bounds as Austin Smith re-enters the game to replace Warren. Hopkins boxed in, finds Bullock. Bullock goes out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez back to Hopkins. Gonzalez from 3. No good. Stolen away there by CJ. And no shot there, foul called. Foul's going to be on Riley. Smith should go to the line shooting 2. As folks, we have now officially cracked for this half. I believe we're over 40 fouls so far. No, check that, that's not right. 30, my mistake, we're over 30 fouls. 33 fouls in this first half alone. Into the game for the Cardinals comes freshman point guard number 10, Nick Moore from Hammond High School. Smith puts up another shot, no good. Less than a minute to go here in the first half, a sloppy foul fest. 43-36 the score in favor of the Owls. As Caleb Wilson slams it down. Two-handed jam there by Wilson to make it 45-36, a 9-point lead. And then Wilson steals it right back out of midair. And the Owls with a chance to make it a double-digit lead. I believe, did Marr step out of bounds? No. 25.3 seconds to go, 45-36 the score, as PG County has pulled away here in the waning moments of the first half. And it looks like Cook might just dribble this one out, defended by Hopkins. Hopkins won't let him get away with it easily as we've hit 15 seconds, 13, 12, stolen away by Austin Smith. Smith, jam! That was a big momentum changer, 45-38. 2 seconds to go. Putting up a shot is Cook. Oh my goodness. Antonio Marr with a buzzer beater right at the end of the first half as the score, 48-38. It's a 10-point lead for the Owls. That was an impressive shot, I will admit that. We'll be back, folks, in 15 minutes with the first half stats and the second half of this game. The score, 48-38 in favor of the Owls. Back in 15. We're back for the second half of this men's basketball contest. CCBC Catonsville Cardinals down 38-48 to the Prince George's Community College Owls. It would have been a pretty sloppy first half of play. 33 total fouls, plenty of turnovers. Let's take a quick look at the first half stats. We start off with Catonsville, 38 points, 13 of 31 for 49.9% from the field goal range, 2 of 10 from three-point range for 20%, 10 of 19 from the free throw line, 52.6%. 9 total turnovers for the Cardinals, 14 points have been scored off of turnovers, 23 total rebounds, 10 offensive, 13 defensive, 5 assists, 0 blocks, 7 steals, 16 fouls, 14 bench points, 9 second chance points, 18 points in the paint, and 4 fast break points. Meanwhile, for the Owls, 48 points, 15 of 31 from field goal range for a 48.4 percentage. From three-point range, they've gone 6 of 16 for 37.5%. They've hit 12 of 19 free throws for 63.2%. 11 turnovers. They've scored just 9 points off of turnovers. 24 total rebounds. They've had 8 offensive, 16 defensive, 6 assists, 1 block, 2 steals, 17 fouls, 36 points off the bench, 3 second chance points, 14 points in the paint, and 2 fast break points. Moving over individually, for Prince George's Community College, Antonio Marr leads with 11 points. Leading rebounder has been Alonzo Wilkes with 7. Leading assists has been Alonzo Wilkes as well with 2. Leading the way in fouls, Kenante Williams and Deonta Dunlap both have 3 fouls each. Meanwhile, for Catonsville, Jalen Yates leads the way with 8 points. Damian Hopkins has gobbled up 5 rebounds so far. He leads in that stat. Damian Hopkins also leads the way in assists. In terms of fouls, Austin Smith and Kyrie Banks with 3 each. We'll be back in 2 minutes for the start of the second half as Catonsville tries to come back from a 10-point deficit, down 48-38. Ready to get back underway here. 20 minutes to decide it all. Still plenty of time, plenty of basketball left to be played. On the floor for Catonsville to start this second half, Bullock, Hopkins, Nick Moore, Jalen Yates, and Austin Smith. Check that. It's Hopkins, CJ, Bullock, Smith, and Gonzalez on the floor for the Owls. Jackson, who just put up a 3 and missed. Dunlap, Williams, Perry, and Wilkes. So the starting lineups that we saw at the beginning of the game all out here. That ball was knocked out of bounds. Possession will go to the Cardinals. Bullock will inbounds. Bullock finds CJ in the paint. CJ got it. CJ makes it an 8-point game right off the bat. Here is Jackson. Errant pass there, goes out of bounds. Possession go to the Cardinals. Jackson was looking for Wilkes in the corner, which would have been a wide open three, but instead he found the wall of our auditorium. That ball was kicked out of bounds. Hopkins will find Gonzalez. Back to Hopkins. Hopkins got it. Hopkins nails the three, and it's a 5-point game. It's true, Catonsville did start the first half off pretty quickly, as that pass almost got knocked out of bounds. Dunlap puts up a three, no good. Well off target. Bullock will try to wrap it up, no good. But it was last touched by a PG County player, so Cardinals get possession. As I was saying, Cardinals started off hot to begin the first half before blowing that lead as CJ puts up a jumper, no good there. So we could be seeing a repeat of that as the Cardinals appear to come out really hot as it's stolen away by Hopkins. Austin Smith almost gets fouled. No foul called. Ball was out of bounds. Possession will go to the Owls. Oh, what a stop there by Hopkins, stealing the ball away from Dunlap. And Dunlap gets a nasty block. No foul called, even though Hopkins took a tumble into the tower. Wilkes with a two-handed jam. Catonsville bench still looking for a foul. And I don't blame them. That was pretty aggressive, and Hopkins took a step out of bounds. Possession will go back to the Owls. Dunlap sinks a three, and it's back to a 10-point deficit. Gonzalez knocks down that jumper. Back to 9 points. 8. Gonzalez tries to get that rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Wilkes. Possession will go to the Cardinals. Johnson boxed in. Gonzalez from three. No good. Rebound Wilkes. This is Perry from three. Knocks it down. And it's an 11-point game, the largest lead of the night for the Owls. Bullock puts up a floater, knocks it down. That'll make it a 9-point game and a timeout called. Timeout called by Catonsville. Williams, double teamed. Bad pass there. From the corner is Perry, nails it. And puts the score to 59-47. As Hopkins gets tripped up and a foul is going to be called here against Dunlap. CJ has the ball batted out of bounds. Possession will stick with the Cardinals. CJ has it stolen away by Perry. Perry flips it to Dunlap. Dunlap will with the finish. Nope. Smith with the rebound, and he flips it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez, no good there. Here's Bullock. Bullock gets tripped up, and a foul is going to be called. We'll dispute on who the foul was on there. Waiting to see. PG County bench wants a charge. Instead, they're going to get a foul called against them. I believe it was on Perry. Nope, excuse me, Wilkes. Trayshawn Warren, Jalen Yates enter the game. They replace Austin Smith and CJ. That's the second foul of the game. Sorry, second foul of the half for PG County. Yates from the corner, but he ruled he stepped out of bounds. No good on the basket anyway. That's a nice shot there by Williams to extend the lead. 61-47. Here's Yates under attack. And a foul going to be called here. Third foul already on PG County. That foul was on number 21, Andreas Mouton, who has re-entered the game. Hopkins flicks it to Gonzalez with the jumper. No good. Rebound. Almost got by Yates, but Mouton got it. A little bit of a scrum there, and Williams comes out with the ball. Williams with a fierce shot there. Too much power on it, stolen away by Warren. Pass was to Dunlap. Too much power on the pass. Warren was able to sneak in there and steal it away. Hopkins gets fouled on his way to the basket, and he'll go to the line and shoot two. Hopkins will sink the first, and it's now 61-48. As a mass change of personnel on the floor comes in, Austin Smith re-entering the game for the Cardinals, while Deontay Cook, Reed Rebstock, and Rashid Dupree enter the game for the Owls. That's a common theme we've seen in this game, is that the Owls have constantly been changing out their players, probably in an effort to confuse Catonsville. Can't say it hasn't failed. The score 61-48. As PG County's opened up a lengthy lead here over the Cardinals. Dupree carving his way through traffic. Finds Perry. Back to Dupree. Catonsville playing zone defense here. Dupree's got to put up a contested three. Ball bounced up. Rebstock gets the rebound and flips it to Perry, who puts up a three and nails it. 64-48. Check that 63-48. They just changed the score there. Ruled that was a 2. Perry had a foot on the line. Kyrie Banks now entering the game to replace Damian Hopkins. Banks will inbound, most likely to either Bullock or Gonzalez. As it looks like the Owls are going to try a full court press here. Kyrie finds Yates. Yates to Gonzalez. Has to reach back to get it. Gonzalez puts up a jumper. No good. Gets his own rebound. Puts up a contested shot. Fouled on his way to the basket. And he will go to the line to shoot 2. Gonzalez will miss his first free throw attempt. As re-entering the game for the Owls is number 44, Caleb Wilson. Gonzalez. Nails his second. As Christopher Johnson re-enters the game, CJ replaces Gonzalez. Here's a three-point shot attempt from Marr, who knocks it down. And the game score now 66-49 with 13 and a half minutes to go, as this one has gotten quite ugly. Bullock finds Johnson. Johnson to Yates. Yates steps back for 3, nails it. That alleviates the bleeding a bit, as it's now 66-52. Cook fouled on his way to the basket. That's against Yates. The first foul of the half for the Cardinals. Cook will go to the line shooting 2. No luck on that first one. Wilson, no luck there. Yates gets the rebound and finds Banks. Banks with an errant pass, and Dupree, despite falling down, is able to scoop it up, and he charges. No luck there. Banks with the rebound. Kind of losing control, goes to Yates. Yates to Johnson. Johnson charges the basket, but traveled. He dragged that left foot a little too much, and it's another costly turnover here for Catonsville. Cardinals down 67-52 with 12 and a half minutes to go here in the second half. From the corner is Marr, and knocks it down. But Catonsville has not been able to stop those three-point shooters for PG County. They have been heating up. A violation called there. Turnover to the Owls. 70-52 the score in a game that has gotten ugly very fast after a rather competitive first half that was marred by fouls and sloppy play. Now it's beginning to look like a blowout. 70-52 the score. Catonsville down 18 points. Dupree has the ball stolen away by Yates. Hopkins picks it up, but he loses control, and it's stolen away by Cook with a little pirouette move there. Cook with a nice pass over the middle to Rebcock, who puts up a three. No good. Rebound, rolls out of bounds. Possession should go to the Owls. Dupree will inbound. Finds Rebcock. And Rebstock finishes off nicely. Excuse me, I was pronouncing his name wrong. Yates to Moore, back to Hopkins. Hopkins drives to the basket and will be fouled there by Caleb Wilson. Hopkins to the line, shooting two. I'll miss the first. It's a 20-point deficit, folks, 72-52 the score with 11 minutes, 18 seconds to go here in the second half. It's hard to believe that this game was dominated by the Cardinals in the first half, but here we are. That, just like that, basketball can turn with a flip of a coin, the blink of an eye. Speaking of a blink of an eye, CJ aggressively steals that ball back and he scores. So with 11 minutes to go, Catonsville cuts into the lead. It's an 18-point deficit. And back to a 20-point deficit as Marr finishes on a nice floater. Nothing seems to have been going right for the Cardinals in this second half so far. Here's Nick Moore. He finds CJ. CJ, nice layup. 74-56, 10 minutes, 46 seconds. Marr for three, no good. Bounces off the rim. Moore picks it up on the rebound. Moore shoved out of bounds. They're going to give possession to the Owls for some reason. I could have sworn that Moore was knocked out. Rebstock will inbounds it. He passes out to DeJuan McMillan. This is the first we're seeing of DeJuan McMillan in this game. He, of course, the freshman guard from Washington, D.C., as Cook misses a three. With McMillan in now, we have seen all but one of PG County's roster come into the game. The only player who has yet to make an appearance, freshman forward number 50, Avery Scott from Bowie, Maryland, as Kenneth Riley enters the game for the Owls to replace Antonio Marr. Marr, the leading scorer in this game for the Owls, with 19 points. Hopkins will be at the line shooting three. A good chance here to cut a little bit into the lead. Hopkins has struggled from the free throw line so far in this game. Let's see if he can make up for past mistakes. Excuse me, that was 1 and 2, and he missed his one. As CJ gets a steal, passes out to Hopkins. Going for a redemption, Hopkins, nice layup. That'll cut into the lead, 74-58 with 10 minutes to go. Halfway to the finish in this second half, the score 74-58. Cook having trouble handling it under deep pressure from Moore, and he's going to get fouled on his way to the basket. Another foul. That's only the second foul, though, so far for the Cardinals. On the other hand, the Owls have 7 so far, which gives them a grand total of 24 fouls in this game alone. That's more than some entire games have. In fact, I think that's more than was in the entirety of the women's game we saw earlier, that thrilling finish as Catonsville lost to PG County 58-55 when a last-second three-point attempt was missed. 75-58 the score, 9 minutes, 58 seconds to go. Cook at the line, shooting 2. As Deonta Dunlap enters the game now for the Owls. Cook shooting a second. Nails it. And it's 76-58. CJ goes to Yates. Yates steps back from 3. Got it! Big shot by Jalen Yates, and a timeout immediately called. 76-60. It's a 16-point lead for the Owls with 9 minutes, 45 seconds to go. 9 minutes, 45 seconds to go here in this contest. The lead 76-60 in favor of Catonsville. Excuse me, in favor of PG County. Here's Caleb Wilson driving to the basket. Puts up a contested shot, no good. Yates with the rebound. And Jalen is going to be fouled. That foul coming on Caleb Wilson. That is the 8th foul of the game. Excuse me, of the half for PG County. Yates will go to the line to shoot 2. Yates makes his first, 76-61. Here's a 3 by Dunlap. And that will push the lead to 78-62. Excuse me, a 2. It was a deep 2. CJ, Jalen Yates, no good. Rebound, Dunlap. Dunlap kicks it out to McMillan, and McMillan immediately loses it as it's picked up by Hopkins, but a foul is going to be called there. Foul actually was called on McMillan. So Hopkins will go to the line to shoot 2. Nine fouls to 2 in this second half. Catonsville seems to have gotten their fouling under control. Same cannot be said. Same cannot be said for the Owls. You might notice, folks, if you make petition, as that is going to be out of bounds and possession will stick with Catonsville there. No, PG County. Take a quick notice, folks. Jalen Yates has a little bit of padding in his nose. Appears he got hit in the face. Trying to hold off a nosebleed, but he's still out there toughing it out. Riley from 3, got it. And that'll balloon the lead to 19 points. Catonsville trying to respond here, 8.5 minutes to go. CJ fouled on his way to the basket, another foul. But it's pretty incredible to think that despite a 19-point lead, the Owls have played as sloppy as they have. 81-62 lead with 8 minutes, 21 seconds to go, but they've committed 10 fouls now in the second half. That gives them a grand total of, wait for it, 27 on the evening. CJ to the line, shooting 2. Misses the first. No harm, no foul. As Kyrie Banks enters the game, Kinante Williams enters the game for the Owls, while Banks enters the game for the Cardinals. Williams and Banks. And a nice finish there by McMillan. (83-63). It's a 20-point lead for the Owls. Here is CJ. He finds Yates. Yates nearly has the ball stolen away, goes to Hopkins. Hopkins finds Smith. Smith banks it in, 83-65. Here's a 3 by Cook, no good. CJ with the rebound. CJ flips it out to Banks. Banks under pressure, fights through and knocks in a nice layup. 83-67. Catonsville back-to-back baskets, looking good. Still down quite a margin, but 7 minutes, 18 seconds. Plenty of time for something to happen. Plenty of basketball left. Here's McMillan. Flips it to Cook with the layup and the nice finish. CJ finds Smith, fouled on his way to the basket. Bucket counts, so it'll be 85-69. Smith to the line, shooting 2. Foul there called on Jalen Yates. So Riley will go to the line to shoot 2. Entering the game for the Owls, Rebstock. Jahari Simon now entering the game for the Owls. Yates puts up a tough three. No good. Rebound picked up by Williams. Simon from three. No good. Bullock with the rebound. Ball tipped away by Simon, stolen by Cook. Cook will go up and no good. Rebstock, though, is there to finish. It's 88-69, a 19-point lead with 6 minutes to go. Here is Yates, finds Smith. Smith, no luck there, goes back to Yates. Yates out to Bullock. Bullock finds Johnson. Johnson fouled. And he'll go to the line to shoot two. Folks, there have been a total of 49 fouls in this game so far. 29 committed by PG County, 20 committed by Catonsville. CJ makes that free throw as Trayshawn Warren and Alonzo Wilkes enter the game for the Cardinals and Owls respectively. Also entering the game for the Owls is Anthony Perry. Wide open shot for Perry. Got it. It's back to a 20-point lead, 91-71. Bullock directing traffic. Finds Kyrie Banks. Banks puts up a shot. It's good, and he's fouled. Another foul by the Owls. Boy, you find it hard to believe that they're winning by 18 points with all the fouls they've committed. With that foul, I believe we may have hit, we have hit 50 fouls. Banks to the line, and he knocks it down as a timeout now called by Catonsville. Down 91-74, 5 minutes, 19 seconds to go in the second half. I'm not saying this game is over just yet, but it is firmly in control of the Owls despite what has mostly been some sloppy level of play from them. This will be a full timeout. We'll be back in a minute. Five minutes, 19 seconds to go, 91-74 the score. Catonsville in a bit of a pickle. What we've seen tonight has been very, very impressive from the Owls, constantly rotating personnel. And despite a ridiculous amount of turnovers and fouls, somehow they hold a massive lead. CJ, nice splash there, 91-76. Yates is going to steal away that inbounds pass, or at least try to. Rebstock was able to pick it up. And Rebstock, no finish there. He was well guarded by Warren. Ball knocked out of bounds. Possession will go to the Cardinals. Bullock goes to CJ. Despite getting swiped at, CJ finishes nicely, 91-78. Yates attacking Jackson. Jackson finds Rebstock. Perry from the corner. No good on the three. Simon with the rebound. Fouled on his way to the basket, and it's going to be an and one. Simon will shoot one. Warren in the paint, traveled. Jackson flips it to Wilkes, and the ball knocked out of bounds. Possession will go to Catonsville. Banks from three. No good. Rebound Wilkes. Wilkes flips it out to Jackson. No good on the three. CJ with the rebound. And a little shovel pass there to Banks. Banks, no luck there. So we've hit the 3-minute mark. Good passing. Wilkes, no good on the three. Almost went in. Rebound Yates, flips it out to Banks. Bullock puts up a contested shot, no good, gets his own rebound, no good again. Wilkes is able to secure it with 2 minutes 40 seconds as attempted alley-oop finish there by Perry, no good. And in come the backups, and making his first appearance of the night to complete the complete appearance by every member of the PG County roster is freshman forward number 50, Avery Scott from Bowie, Maryland. He was the last player on their roster to not make an appearance. And I tell you what, every single player for the Owls has scored tonight, except, as Yates puts up a three and nails a three, except for Scott. There was some confusion there. 2 minutes, 18 seconds to go. Statistically leading the way for Catonsville. Christopher Johnson has 20 points. Jalen Yates, 18. Damian Hopkins, 12. Cardinals will get a second chance here. 94-81 the score with 2 minutes, 18 seconds to go in a game that has been a bit of a puzzler, folks. Statistically speaking, Catonsville should be winning this game, but they just haven't been able to capitalize on turnovers as Austin Smith banks that one in. Catonsville just hasn't been able to capitalize on turnovers and fouls despite PG County having 30 penalties. Rebstock with an attempted three bricks it. Hopkins knocks in his first free throw. And that actually makes it a 10-point game. 84-94. Believe it or not, folks, Catonsville has crawled back. 94-85. It's a 9-point game. Cardinals get a steal. Moore flips it to Johnson. Johnson finishes. And a timeout called. 94-87. Just like their last game against Southern Maryland, Catonsville has suddenly made this one uncomfortably close in the final minutes. (94-87), minute 39 left. Just like last game out, Catonsville somehow has clawed their way back methodically, almost under the radar, and now has made it a single-digit lead. That ball knocked out of bounds. I think they're going to give possession to the Owls. Ball's flipped out to Dupree, who loses control of it. Moore defending. Minute and a half to go. Dupree finds Cook. Cook directs traffic. Looks for Wilkes. Wilkes had to save it for going out of bounds. He flips it back out to Dupree. 4 seconds, 3 seconds on the shot clock. Dunlap puts up a contested shot, but Wilkes is able to finish. And a foul called as well. And just like that, Wilkes has a chance to make it a 10-point lead once again. No good there, 96-87. Hopkins finds Smith. He's going to be fouled. Smith at the line, shooting 2 with a minute to go. No good on the first. It remains a 9-point game. No good on the second. It stays at 9. Ball knocked out of bounds, but the Cardinals will retain possession. I think they're going to reverse that call instead. It's going to be blue ball. With 1 minute to go, Cardinals down by 9. Dupree, triple teamed there. They go to Dunlap in the corner, out to Cook, and he's probably going to try and get fouled. Yeah, he's fouled there. Yates fouls him. Cook will shoot 2. Excuse me, 1 and 1. No luck there. Catonsville will inbound. And with 45.5 seconds to go, still down by 9. Still time for a miracle. Anything can happen at this rate. And Catonsville has played well here in the back half of the second half. After falling behind deep, they methodically climbed their way back, just like they did against the College of Southern Maryland. That was risky. Johnson somehow managed to pick it up, and I think he's going to be fouled. I think they're going to say that Dupree tripped him up. But Johnson will go to the line shooting 2. All good on the first. Johnson, no luck on the second. Wilkes picks it up and he's fouled. 35.3 seconds to go. And this has turned into a game of fouls. Pretty much has been a game of fouls from the very beginning. As of that last one, we are now at on the game. Brace yourself, folks. 57 total fouls for the game. Wilkes nails the first. They put Trayshawn Warren in the back. The second, good. It's a 10-point game once again, 35.3 seconds to go. And Catonsville made a mistake there. I think Moore stepped out of bounds after getting the inbounds pass, and that'll give the ball back to the Owls with a chance to probably clinch it here, up 98-88. Deep pass goes out to Cook. Cook will be fouled here by Hopkins, and he will go to the line to shoot 2. Excuse me, 1 and 1. Nails the first, 99-88. A point away from 100 points for the second game in a row. They got it. That'll be back-to-back 100-point games for the Owls. Hopkins drives to the basket, puts up a shot, and got it. It's a 10-point game, 100-90, 23 seconds to go. And Catonsville is going to foul here. Cook will go to the line once again. That was on Hopkins. With 20.6 seconds to go, this game pretty much in hand. Just want to take a moment, folks, to preview what's next for both of these teams. The Owls next face Sullivan County Community College on Saturday, the 4th. Catonsville, meanwhile, will begin a lengthy road trip. They play Chesapeake College on the road Friday. Next Wednesday, they're on the road against WVU Potomac State College. Then Friday, they face off against the JV team for the U.S. Naval Academy. That'll be an interesting match. With 18 seconds to go, Banks puts up a 3. Got it. 93-102. Catonsville probably going to foul here, as Williams will dribble it out with 10 seconds to go. Well, folks, it has been a bit of a sloppy one, but in the end, a win is a win. The final score here from the Jack Manley Wellness and Athletic Center, 102-93 in favor of Prince George's Community College. They beat Catonsville. Cardinals will drop to 2-7 on the season, 0-2 in conference play. PG County advances to a 4-2 record. We thank everybody who was out here who tuned in to watch. And just to remind everybody, the next home game for the Cardinals will be against Mercer County Community College on Saturday, December 18th at 12 p.m. Of course, no spectators allowed at the moment, but you can always catch the game here on the Catonsville YouTube channel. For all of us here at CCBC Catonsville,